Hello children. Types of chemical reactions. Depending upon the nature of reaction, that is the chemical change taking place during the reaction, chemical reactions are classified as combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, neutralization reaction, and redox reaction. So let's start with combination reaction. Those reactions in which two or more elements combine together to form a single product are called combination reaction. For example, burning of magnesium ribbon. Magnesium, a silvery white metal, when burns, it gives magnesium oxide, a white color powder. Here you observe two elements are combining and giving a single product. Similarly, quicklime, calcium oxide, is combining with water and giving a single product, calcium hydroxide, also known as slaked lime. Hydrogen and oxygen, when combined, it forms water. So in all these reactions, what you observe? You observe that two elements or two compounds are combining and giving us a single product. In each of the case, only one product is formed. So such reactions in which two elements or compounds combine and give a single product are called combination reactions. Second type of reaction is decomposition reaction. Decomposition reactions are called reverse of or opposite of combination reaction. Why? See its definition. Those reactions in which a single compound breaks down to give two or more simpler substances. Here we are taking single compound which is breaking down and giving us two or more than two simpler products or the substances. Such reactions are called decomposition reaction. So this question always asks in the exam that decomposition reactions are said to be opposite of combination reactions. Why? So what you will write? You will write in combination reaction, two elements or the compounds combining giving a single product, it is called combination reaction, whereas in decomposition reactions we take single reactant and it decomposes into two or more than two simpler substances. That's why it is called opposite of combination reaction. Decomposition reaction always takes place by the absorption of energy. This energy supplied in the form of either heat, light or electricity. That's why these reactions, decomposition reactions, are classified as thermal decomposition or thermolysis, electrical decomposition or electrolysis, photolytic decomposition or photolysis. Let's understand these reactions in detail. First type of decomposition reaction is thermolysis. Thermo means heat, lysis means breaking. Those decomposition reactions which carried out by the absorption of heat are called thermolysis. For example, decomposition of lead nitrate, which is white color powder. When lead nitrate is heated, it gives lead oxide, a white color powder, nitrogen dioxide gas, which produce brown color fumes, and oxygen gas. Decomposition of ferrous sulfate. Hydrated ferrous sulfate. This ferrous sulfate has 7 molecules of water, so it is called hydrated ferrous sulfate. It is green color powder. When hydrated ferrous sulfate is heated, it loses its 7 molecules of water and converts to white color powder. This white color powder is of ferrous sulfate, which is called anhydrous ferrous sulfate because it has lost 7 molecules of water. This anhydrous ferrous sulfate on further decomposition or on further heating decomposes to give ferric oxide, which is a reddish brown solid, and produces sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide gas. These gases are colorless. Their presence can be identified by the smell of sulfur. Second type of decomposition reaction is electrolysis. Those decomposition reactions which carried out by passing electric current through the compound are called electrolysis. Electro means electricity. Lysis means breaking. If breaking of the compound takes place by the current, by electric current, it is called electrolysis. Electrolysis can be understood by taking the example of electrolysis of water. For the electrolysis of water, we need to arrange this setup. In this arrangement, we have taken a plastic mug. From the bottom of this plastic mug, 2 carbon electrodes are inserted. These electrodes are connected to the battery with the help of wires. The electrode which is connected to the negative terminal of the battery is cathode, and the one which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery is called anode. Now this plastic mug is filled, half of this is filled with distilled water, and then add few drops of sulfuric acid. We know that distilled water is bad conductor of electricity. To make it conducting, we should add few drops of sulfuric acid. Then we have to take 2 graduated test tubes filled with water, and these test tubes invert over these 2 electrodes in such a manner that their openings partially cover these electrodes. See, these test tubes are partially covering these electrodes. Most of the part of these electrodes are not covered with test tubes. It is partially covered only. Fine. When you switch on the battery, electricity passes through the distilled water and electrolysis starts. We can observe this by the bubbles of gases start rising from both the electrodes, and the level of water in both the test tubes start falling. By these 2 ways, we can observe that electrolysis is going on. How? The bubbles of gases rises from both the electrodes, and the level of water in both the test tubes start falling down. As electrolysis over, we notice that the volume of the gas collected above the electrode is double the volume of gas collected above the anode. On testing these gases, the gas which is collected above the cathode is found to be hydrogen, and the gas which is collected above the anode on testing is found to be oxygen. How we test these 2 gases? The presence of hydrogen can be tested by bringing the matchstick near the mouth. This test tube, it will catches fire because hydrogen gas is highly combustible. Whereas the oxygen gas can be tested by bringing the lighted candle near the mouth of test tube. This test tube, the candle flame will burn more brightly. So this way we can say the gas collected at cathode is hydrogen and the gas collected at anode is oxygen. This reaction, electrolysis, can be shown by this reaction. This H2O on passing electric current gives hydrogen gas and oxygen. Here these 2 points we have to notice that at cathode hydrogen gas is collected, at anode oxygen gas is collected. Let's see third type of decomposition reaction, that is photolysis. Photo means light, lysis means breaking. Those decomposition reactions which carried out by light are called photolysis. Photolysis decomposition takes place only for the photosensitive substances. Photosensitive substances are those substances which decomposes on exposed to light are called photosensitive substances. Silver halides are photosensitive, like silver chloride and silver bromide. Both are photosensitive. When we expose them to light, they decomposes to silver and their respective halide. Like silver chloride, when exposed to sunlight, it gives silver and chlorine. Silver chloride is white color powder, whereas silver bromide is yellow color powder. When it exposed to light, it gives silver and bromine. Similarly, hydrogen iodide is also photosensitive. When exposed to light, it gives hydrogen and iodine. Hydrogen peroxide, a photosensitive substance, when exposed to light, it gives water and oxygen. Here we need to notice that all decomposition reactions are endothermic because these reactions takes place by the absorption of energy, and this energy is supplied in the form of heat, light or electricity. One more thing we need to remember, that the digestion of food in our body takes place through a number of decomposition reaction. Means digestion of food is also a type of decomposition reaction, whereas respiration is exothermic reaction. Respiration is the reaction in which the heat is liberated. Here burning of food takes place and heat is produced. That's why it is exothermic reaction.